Hi everybody, I'm here to demonstrate how to build the artist page in our website builder. So here is the artist page we want to get, and what I've done is I've reset the artist page back to the default template page. So if you see, this is the default page that comes up whenever you get uh, whenever you start making the site builder. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a copy of this page. So I hope you're aware of the back end of the site builder. These are all the pages that are there in the site. They're all listed over here, and you can click any of these pages to visit them. So right now we're working on the artist page, so we'll just click artist, and that will take us to the artist page. We can see the content over here. This is the content that we're going to change, and here is the details that we need to change also. So just to recap how this works, when we mouse over, the painting should get color and the artist name should get selected. The details should come on the side over here, and then we have the little form to fill up. Okay, so first step is we're going to make these. We're going to understand what we need for this. We need to have these images, of course, the black and white, the color ones. We need to have all this text. We need to know the artist name. So luckily we have this page which I've kept a copy of, which we can refer to, where we've got all the artist name and what paintings they've got. So we're going to make this page with that. So for that we're going to need obviously these photographs and the text. So I'll go back to my website builder, and here is another. I've opened website builder in two tabs, so you can work cross between, you can open other pages and look in as many different tabs as you like. But here I'm going to visit the website tab, and then I have this thing called website files over here, which lets me see the files basically which are lying on the server. So if I want to have a look at these files, I can easily click over here. It takes a while to load up, but you get the HMI Tech Site Builder File Manager over here. So here I've organized this as the root file flash images JS. JS stands for JavaScript, so you won't need to really put anything in there because I'll be putting the stuff in there. But you can take a look and see what all I've kept. If you see, like, basically drop down menu, you'll be able to see all the JavaScript that's required for the drop down menu. For the stylish select, you can see I've kept some. Plus I've got some images, so if you want these images to change, you can edit these right here and they will change in the site. Okay, so coming back to our images, so I think whatever we are going to put, photographs and all, we needs to go into images, but we has to be organized, because the key to a big site is that organization. You know which image is actually coming from where. If you have too many images, you're going to get really confused and it's going to be very crappy later on. So right now I suggest we start by making folders of different categories of images. So if you see, I've made one folder called artists, and what I've decided is all the artist photographs and whatever comes inside this stuff also, we're going to keep in this folder, so we know exactly where it's coming from at all times. Okay, so then when I open the artist, I can see I've got a couple of folders inside them. The top ones are actually the individual artists works folders, so we'll come to those later, but right now we'll just focus on these two folders. One is called thumb, one is called thumb BW, that stands for black and white. So if I click BW, I can see I've got some photographs which are black and white, and if I go to thumb, I can see that the color ones are here. That's a good way of organizing, because I know that whatever comes on the artist page, the thumbnails are coming from here and the black and white thumbnails are coming from right here. And these folders we'll come to later. We'll create these folders as we go along. We're gonna get rid of them if we want. So anyway, you can double click any file and preview it, and you can do lots of things over here. You can download, you can delete if you want, you can rotate, you can do, but basically what we want to do is we want to just upload them in the right location, so that they're easy for us to find and easy for the crawler to understand where these photographs are coming from in these contexts of our website. Alright, so now let's start with our images. So what I've done is I've kept a folder on my desktop where, voila, I've collected all the photographs for all the artists that I'm going to upload. And these two folders, just don't worry about right now. We'll just go, let's say that these are the photographs I want to put, and they're actually taken from this page right here. Oops, yeah. Here you go, this page right here. So I've just taken this, guys, all these photographs, and I've collected them in a folder, because these are the photographs I'm going to use. Now, what do I need for these photographs? I should understand that I need a thumbnail of this photograph. That's it. And I need a black and white thumbnail. So let's just go ahead and create those folders so that we know how things are gonna flow. So I'll say new, I'll say folder. I'm gonna call this thumb. UMB thumb. Okay, and I'm gonna make a copy of this. Okay, and I'm gonna call it thumb BW. Okay, so we'll just, and very important thing to remember is not to use spaces when creating all this stuff, because this all is gonna get rendered into the browser, and when it does, all these spaces are gonna cause problems. So we just use a hyphen. Okay, BW. Okay, so we got that. So now basically I want to collect the thumbnails over here, and I want to have the black and white fellows out here. Now I'm just gonna copy all these fellows so that the originals stay here, and I get a copy of all these guys in my thumbs folder. Okay, I got a copy out here in my thumbs folder. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to rename these files so they kind of mean something to the SEO and to everybody. So luckily what I've done is I've collected the names of all the artists that I want to create right here in this text file, just organization. So you can see I've got all these, and after I finish I'm going to add this later on, just to show you how you can add something later or delete something later on after you've done it, so you don't have to do it all in one shot. Okay, so first thing I need is I need to understand how big this photograph needs to be. So I can always visit my page, this page, and I put my mouse over it, and I can say inspect element, but suppose you don't have that. But what you can do is you can just drag this fellow. If you're using Firefox, you drag this fellow and put him here, and once you get that, you can click it and you can see the dimensions right here. It's 102 by 102. So what we got to understand is these photos also have to be in those dimensions, or at least one, the height or the width, so that they fit into that space we've got. So if you look at this guy, oh, oops, oh my god, help me. That's too big, dude. That's 3000. Okay, so we gotta cut all these photos down. So to do that I can we have a very lovely tool from Microsoft, and I'll just find it for you so you know how to find it. It's called Windows Power Toys. Oops, it corrects. Power Toys. Okay, whatever. So you go to the Microsoft site right there, and then if you look over here on the side, you'll see raw image, thumbnail, viewer, whatever. You keep scrolling down, and then you'll come to image resizer right here. So you download that fellow from whatever the site name is, and you saw how I got there. So you get that and you install it on your computer, and once that's there on your computer, you'll get this new option when you right click any photograph. Alright, and it's called resize pictures. Now it's very convenient. I'm just gonna get rid of this because we don't want it. We just got it to check what size we want. Now I'm gonna select all these fellows. I'm gonna right click them. I'm gonna say resize pictures. I'm gonna say advanced custom to fit 102 by 102 screen. Okay, and I'll just say resize these pictures because I have a copy of them, so that's why I made the copy, so I can muck around with these as much as I like. Okay, and the picture resize is working good, and you see it's become 114K. I don't know how much size those photos were, but they must be big. So if you see, that's like 10 MB right there. There you go. 10.7 MB has become into, oops, 0 there, I guess, but it's here. It's become 114 KB, and that's very good for the web because these pictures are going to get rendered very fast on the browser and they're going to come up immediately. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to have some sensible names for these fellows. Okay, so luckily I have the photos right here. Here, I have made a copy of this page and I've kept it. Here comes the copy. So this, I'll just keep this on the side here so I can see the photographs, and the artist's name, so I know which fellow has drawn which painting. And here are my paintings. I need to rename these things to something sensible so that I can see them in the site and understand what they are. I can just arrange icons, auto arrange. Okay, here you go. So this first fellow is called Kuntal Parmar, so I'll just copy, Control C, and rename. I don't want that capital JPG also there, so Control V that. I definitely don't want any spaces, so I'm going to put a dash, and I'm going to call .jpg in small. Okay, that's one. Now we got to do all these fellows like this. Copy and paste. Take out the space. Put the thing. .jpg. All right. There we go. Now for this British fella, now we don't want his face because nobody else has got their mug out here, so we should not put his mug also. And luckily I've got a painting for him, which I have actually luckily renamed correctly, so I'm gonna call that PNG because we want small, remember that. So I already got his thumb, and this is that Rohit fellow, so I'll just take him, copy. These abbreviations are very good. I can see that I can understand most of them, but unfortunately the Google crawlers can't understand, so we gotta like spell it out for them. There's no issue, we'll just do it. I'm just thinking that should I pause this thing or let it continue, but I guess we're on a roll now. Okay, so we got that, and this guy is okay. Okay, Surendra Dhumal. Okay. Look at that effect. This will happen if the two images you put are not of the same, or they're mucked up some or the other. Alright. Oopsie. Paste. I'm gonna try to pause this thing so that. Alright. .jpg. Alright, and then this Usha Pathak. Control C. And we don't want like this .8 and stuff like that because that's just confusing the search engine as to what exactly you're trying to do out here. And we got Brijesh Upadhyay. We don't have this guy, Sailesh Patel. And then later on I'm going to insert the last fellow, which is Ranjit, who's Firdausi's friend. I'm going to put him in later on. I don't want to put him in right now, so that you know how to put a guy in later on also. So very lovely. You can see all the names. I can do view details and check all my names. Oops,